What's up? Hi, Cheyenne. I got to say it first.
Hi, Cheyenne. I almost got to turn my mic on. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another fabulous, amazing episode of the Paranormal Jackass, the best podcast in Huntington, Indiana. I'm your host, Scott the Paranormal Comedian.
Might be the only podcast in Huntington, Indiana.
Hey, it's my fucking story.
I was going to say.
I'm along with my homies, Tim the very bald-headed Sasquatch, and that dude who has any kind of nickname, Jason. We're going to get him one of these days. I'm just saying, golly.
He doesn't look like he has a neck right in that in his thing there, so I'm just going to start calling him the Turtle Man.
There you go.
Dude, I told you, man. I told you a long time ago about that crap. I'm just saying. Fucking turtle. Good.
Turtle.
I used to call him. You ever seen the cartoon Franklin?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I called him. I'm like, what's up, Franklin?
Yep.
I'm just saying, dude.
I'm going to start calling you Frankie Turtle.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody had a good week. I wanna
take Frankie Turtle and you go over there across the bridge and you take care of it.
Hey Frankie.
Bring the tunnel back.
Yes, we are.
You know that, bro. We are.
Yep.
Yes, we are. We're covering every single.
Yes.
We're trying to do like newer conspiracy theories, not the older ones. Even though we love the older ones. Do not get me wrong.
And we're trying to cover stuff too that's not been overdone.
Yeah. For instance, JFK, Princess Dies, they're always done a lot, so. Hey, Mama.
What's up, Teresa?
I hope you are well. I miss seeing you. Make sure you get in this summer because I didn't get to see you last time.
Yeah.
So when you come and see Chrissy and Jason, you need to let me know so I can come and see you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So before we get started, I want to offer our prayers and condolences to Sean Little, one of my buddies that I work with, and the passing of his mom this week. So our prayers and condolences go out to you and your family.
Absolutely.
So they're ready. So let's talk about it. Jim Carrey. I don't know if you guys have seen lately, but there's a big thing going around Jim Carrey that he's been cloned. He passed on. There's somebody else doing that now. And this has become a really, really interesting story. Jim Carrey's been known to speak out against the higher society, Illuminati and stuff. So,
yeah, but I think he'd done that more as a joke.
Right. Well, They say that he's also got paintings and stuff that depict this kind of stuff, which I did not know. So I find that to be extremely um, um, interesting because you know they like the community conspiracy communities. My bad. Um, they interpret him as revealing hidden knowledge about reality or consciousness, which I find really interesting, especially when in his acting.
Yeah. So Jim Carrey went on Jimmy Kimmel and he kind of did this whole thing, right? The whole,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
and he said it was the
Hey, Chris.
all laughing tongue, referring to the all seeing eye,
right.
Yeah.
which we
What's
all
up,
know
Chris?
is was a symbol of both the Illuminati and the Knights Templar. But at any rate, that whole all seeing eye, all laughing tongue, a lot of people found it as just a joke
Right.
because soon after that, he pulls his phone out of his pocket and he goes, "Hello." And he goes, "Yeah." And then he goes, "I mean," and then he does a thing for Apple.
Right.
I mean, this is clear back when the iPhone 6 came out. And then he starts promoting his movie and he does it like he's all like, "Oh God, they're going to kill me if I don't do this."
Hmm.
But you never actually see the phone on.
Right.
You know,
Well,
so I honestly, I personally think that that whole bit on Jimmy Kimmel was just him kidding around.
right. But they also claim that, like I said, that he's, kind of exposing Hollywood elites or secret societies, not only through his paintings, but also through political cartoons. So, and everybody, if anybody knows, when you talk about elite societies and secret societies and the Hollywood elites, that is a dangerous game to play,
Yeah.
especially in Hollywood.
It's like talking about casinos possibly cheating people out of money.
No, not
And I've heard
casinos.
that.
And then
Yeah.
the next thing you know, that person goes missing and nobody ever hears from them
Hmm.
again because they're wearing a
Right?
cement kimono in the bottom of the Hudson River. Because Frankie Turtle down there whacked them.
Hey, Frankie, we got a
Frankie
job for
Turtle.
you.
Frankie
Look,
Turtle. He's
so
my
and then
guy.
now
He keeps
there's a
things going for
picture.
me.
There's a picture of Jim Carrey going around where he has had Botox or plastic surgery or whatever, and people are saying it's not him. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. Hi, Sadie. How you doing, sweetie? And
What's up, Sadie?
if you have not
My
seen
niece.
it, dude, it's like really interesting. I'm gonna see if I can get it up
And
on the
Chris, I just saw
screen.
you in the chat here. Hi, Chris.
Now, give me a minute, people. I'm working on this.
Okay.
Well, the real thing is his eyes.
I don't know how to do this, honestly.
Which I know you can do that with contacts.
Right. I don't know if I can make it larger, but I
Don't worry
just
about it. You're fine, Scott. We
so
can
No,
all
no,
when
see
you're
you
it.
fine, Scott.
when you look at his eyes, this the picture up in the left hand corner, you can tell his eyes are blue or brown. But
Right.
look at the eyes after he said he's had cosmetic surgery or whatever. Those are
They look
green,
kind of blue.
you know. And I'm not saying anything bad, but like you can have things done. Now, are they contacts? I don't know. You know,
Right.
it
Yeah.
reminds me of that song, Turn My Brown Eyes Blue,
Yeah.
but in this, Turn My Brown Eyes Green. And like I said, you can do that with contacts. But there's
Yes.
just it's I don't know. I mean, So I really want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think in the chat?
Uh,
You guys think that is him? Do you think it's not? I got to put my dog in the other room. I'll be back.
here are some other facts, though. He was joined on stage by actual members of his family that people know are his family,
Right. That's
including his
true.
38-year-old daughter, his teenage grandson, and his companion. I don't think they're married.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Now, Nate Falcone brought up an interesting uh, part there, and so did Missy, saying that it's not him. And he has publicly come out and said that it is him. But I don't remember the person's name off the top of my head, but a British drag queen come out and said it was him wearing a mask, a rubber mask, and he's a professional makeup artist.
And and I've seen the same interview of the drag queen or whatever, and he this is not the only one he's done. If
No,
this
he's done
is that
many
guy,
people in
he's
Hollywood.
done a lot of them, and
Mhm.
He's kind of famous for doing Hollywood impersonations.
yes, so
Right.
that is probably the big thing. So
Real quick, just a quick interjection. Maddie is
Mhm.
coming to get Caden right now.
Okay.
So if I mute, that's why.
Okay.
so yeah, I'm gonna say, because people are saying, well, Jim Carrey's been deceased, and I don't think that's it. There's a video out where I think he's over in like Denmark or something, and it looks like him. So I think this is just that person who likes to dress up as people and
Mhm.
went to this thing and imitated to be Jim Carrey. I honestly
And
feel
it
that.
could be too, and I'm just throwing this out there. That is like a post thing interview that the pictures were taken from, the side by side
Right.
comparison.
Right.
How do we know that that person didn't take the interview as Jim Carrey?
True. Very
True.
true.
Yes.
And the person on stage was the actual Jim Carrey.
Right. And there was a question at this gala or whatever that he was at, and he just seemed to be fumbling when they asked him.
I can't remember the name of it. It's called the French Oscar, the Caesar
Right. Right.
Awards. They say
Right.
it's basically the French Oscars.
Right. So
Oh, yeah.
It was in Paris.
what do you guys think? Still alive?
I
Just somebody dressed up?
I think somebody dressed up. It does not look like him. And just like
He didn't even
Missy
really
said,
sound
his
like him that
voice
much.
is not.
Which I know as we get older, our voice changes a little bit.
Mine didn't,
Well,
bitch.
yeah, I was gonna say
You're not
somebody's didn't.
64 years old yet either. Jim Carrey is 64.
I am close, almost.
You are the old one.
You know what? No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You're older than me.
Well, of this group, I am. So shut up. And yes, Drew, they can be altered. So that's just
Yes.
my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm a really big fan of Jim Carrey's. Going all the way back to, pardon me, going all the way back to In Living Color.
Mhm.
When he was doing Fire Marshal Bill, that used to crack my stuff up.
oh
I used
yeah,
to just sit and laugh watching that. My mom hated that
absolutely.
show.
Right. Yes.
And Drew, we're on Facebook. This is real. I'm just saying.
I really am a real person. But
True, Sadie. That is true.
yeah, and to a great point, AI Everybody is pulling this stuff from
It's
the
taken
internet.
over.
Dude,
Everybody
AI
is pulling this stuff from the internet. How do we know
is out of
somebody
control.
didn't? How do we know somebody didn't alter the video
Right, which
of
was
him to make his eyes blue to make us all think?
what Drew was saying, that
Yeah.
video
Right.
can be altered. See, yeah,
Somebody
he
didn't
said
AI Jim Carrey.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
Jim Carrey's
Mhm.
appearance to make everybody believe in a new conspiracy theory.
Right. So
I mean,
agree with
there's a lot of questions but Jim Carrey did publicly come out and say that he was there. And the
Yeah.
director of the Caesar Awards came out and said that that had been planned 11 months in advance because he
Awesome.
was
Okay.
receiving an honorary award.
Right.
He
Right.
wasn't receiving an award for a recent movie. He was receiving like a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay.
Right. So we get it. I just want to throw that out there that you'd mentioned something like that. So we're going on to the next one, and I'm going to post a picture of it first because I know how some people get with these. So this is probably going to be one of my favorites. If I can get, there we go.
Let's say you want to fill us in because we don't know.
There you go. How about we talk about some chemtrails? Here we got a jet with chemtrails. Now, I don't know if you guys ever hear the conspiracies about these, but people
I'm pretty sure
don't-
everybody's heard the conspiracy about these, but maybe not to the full extent.
right,
It's not as old as many people believe it is. Many people believe this goes back to post World War II,
right,
and it doesn't. This conspiracy theory actually started in 1996.
really,
Yes, and it's because the U.S. Air Force released a statement about weather modification.
right,
Yeah.
Now, the big component of this is there are two different things. There are contrails. Basically, the higher you go the atmosphere, the colder it gets,
right,
Yes.
especially traveling at 300 to 400 miles an hour.
absolutely,
So, as you are traveling fast in an upper atmosphere, the around the engines condensates. That condensation comes off the airplane
yep,
as water, and it leaves they call them contrails.
Yeah.
Now, the theory is these contrails should dissipate, spread out, and move on fairly quickly within a couple of hours of the plane going by.
right,
We are now seeing these contrails lasting half a day,
yes,
long after they should have dissipated.
Then
People are also claiming to see weird colorations in it, weird configurations of it, and seeing them actually start to form into like a
circle.
cirrus cloud.
Right,
And that's why people believe that chemicals are being released
yep,
into the atmosphere from planes.
to manipulate our weather, and it's not just that, but they're not only chemicals for weather, but also they're saying chemicals for population control,
mhm.
airborne
People are saying that it's
viruses.
linked to respiratory illnesses.
Yep. And and I'm not saying that's it. You know what I think it is? I think somebody's just they're emptying their shit tanks out, and that's just flying all over. That ain't rain.
Actually,
That's not
something.
rain.
No,
Hey, Mama.
Scott. Something very different happens with that.
You
It
know that
actually
Yeah.
freezes hard.
You know
It
that
drops
dirty
a
rain.
solid pellet.
That
You know
dirty
that
rain.
we had. That wasn't rain. That wasn't dirty rain. That
Well,
was poo rain.
yeah.
It was poo rain. I'm telling you. You're hearing it here. That was poo rain. It wasn't dirty rain.
What's up, Mama
Hi,
Wilson?
Mom. But I find it interesting because, like you said, it didn't come out originally until 1996, and
No.
Sunday, okay? Hopefully we're all better.
you know, the condensation trails. It makes people freak out. They really do. And the conspiracy theories all came out, and they're like, "Oh my God!" Look at the tornadoes. We're having more tornadoes,
Right.
and they're getting more violent. Hurricanes are becoming more violent. So, what if the government could manipulate the weather? That would be, honestly, that would be the way to go, because that will, you know, look at winters like in Indiana. I mean, I think this year has been the first decent winter we've had in quite a while.
Oh, absolutely.
True.
But, we're having 40, 50-degree weather in December and less snow.
No, I 100% agree with that because it seems like, people are chalking things up to global warming. People are chalking
Yeah.
things up to a lot of different things.
El Nino.
Right. And the truth is, there's been experimentation going on that everybody, the government, a lot of, okay. So a lot of this stems from mistrust of the government, mistrust of scientists. A lot of it all stems from that.
Yep.
And why shouldn't we? You go back and look at things like MK Ultra,
Yep.
where they were dosing people without their knowledge,
Yes.
without their consent. Our government was dosing people with LSD,
Yeah.
Yeah.
doing mind control experiments and all kinds of things. And of course, it never happened until 60 years later. They really, oh yeah, it actually happened. So why shouldn't we mistrust them when everything has been led to, everything before it has led us to this mistrust?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's just been so many different things over how long now where the government has just really gotten us to that point of mistrusting them for every little thing. Oh, it's a chemtrail. You know what? It is what it is. I mean, if the government says it is, I guess I'm going to believe them. Do I? I don't know, honestly. I mean, I know what a chemtrail is. I know what jets do,
Right.
but there's also, at least in my own belief, I know what jets can hold. Hi, Adrian. I know what jets can hold as far as liquid and stuff. It would be absolutely the easiest thing to do. Now, like if you have some kind of technology like nanobites or something that you can actually use liquidify or tiny enough to make it in the clouds and do whatever and manipulate the weather, that would be crazy. Because look at the destruction that some of this stuff causes. Whether it's a monsoon, a hurricane, a tornado, and the number of people they kill.
Floods, flash flooding.
That's what I'm saying. That would be a
real game changer.
It would, especially if they are, in fact, China, thin out the population, I guess I want to say.
Yeah.
And I agree with what Drew says there. There have been so many conspiracy theories that have been proven right.
Yes.
We're going to get into one of those in a little bit, actually.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And yet, Drew, that falls under the what do you call it? The mini Earth theories.
Yes,
It really does. That our history is altered time and time and time again by a few
absolutely.
people who time travel through different
What's up, brother?
dimensions of the same scenario.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, but it would
Russ
suck.
done some sketch stuff, let me tell you.
That would kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because when this solidifies, ooh boy.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not. It's not going to do that right away, which I know because I've messed with concrete. But man, so. But this is just our theory on this. I'm just saying it's
We're just putting them out there and letting you
yeah.
guys
You
form
guys
your own.
get to decide on what you want. We'll give you the information, like I said.
Now, to the credit of the United States government, I'm going to give them this much credit. Edward Snowden, we all know him as the big CIA whistleblower, right?
Yes.
Yep.
On the NSA and all this.
Yep.
He came out publicly on Joe Rogan's podcast and he said he looked through CIA, military, government records, everything while he had access to look for proof of them actually dumping chemicals out of airplanes. This guy was the whistleblower on our government, and he claims he found no evidence of there actually being chemicals being dumped. He said there's nothing there on any of it.
And that's good, because that would. I'm sorry. I mean,
So, I mean, as far as a semi credible source of someone who's trying to find evidence for it and not being able to find it, that swayed me when I read that. That actually swayed me a little the other direction
right. And that's
because I
good
was
to
actually
know.
a big proponent for chemtrails.
But there you have it, folks. We just don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it could
We
be,
don't
could
know.
not be. So, Tim, let's do yours. Let's do your one that I know you were kind of excited to talk about.
The Dyatlov Pass
The
incident.
Dyatlov passes, man. And this is more Tim than me, and it's probably definitely more than Jason. Because,
Yep.
like, I know about this, but if you guys do not know about this, I mean,
I
this
can't remember
is
the year now. I've had a rough week, people.
me too, dude. You know why? It's called work. Shut up.
You'll be okay.
So, take it away, Tim. I'll jump in.
The Dyatlov Pass incident involved 9 Russian hikers who were all experienced in extreme cold weather hiking, extreme mountain climbing, extreme everything. These 9 hikers went into the woods on a very long hike and then were never heard from or seen again.
Right.
Now, there are some very interesting theories about this.
Yeah, because remember, these were not
That
just
rain,
normal people. These were experienced hikers.
they were all college graduates or getting ready to graduate college, and they all went. 9 people went into the Russian wilderness to do a hike. As Scott showed in that picture, they set their tent up
Yeah, I can do
kind
it
of at
again.
the base of a hill. It really wasn't a mountain, and it wasn't at a very steep slope.
Right.
to where it wouldn't cause a normal avalanche would not come down. Although the hill that you see there is actually called by the natives the Mountain of Death.
Right.
Now, the most credible of these theories was proven just a few years ago, and that is the slab avalanche theory. That when you have snow and it gets compact with ice on top of it,
And
and
it
then
slides.
more snow falls on top of that ice,
Yep.
Should slide.
the compacted snow underneath separates from the ice and the ice slides. And
Right.
it would not need a steep angle to do so. Also, when they put the tent up, they dug into the side of the hill to help shield the tent from the wind. Now, what we have to remember is these 9 people, when the tent was found, had cut it from the inside
Inside.
out.
Yes.
They did not run out of the door. Almost all of their cold weather gear was still found inside the tent.
Yes. Some of them was completely naked when they were found.
Hmm.
They were all of them were found in their underwear.
Okay, I thought
Well,
they were
completely, almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but almost completely naked. They were barefoot.
Right.
hell yeah.
They were in their underwear. One of the
She
men was found with
knows.
no shirt or nothing on. So slab
Hi,
avalanche
Joanne.
theory is the most credible one.
Right.
But we have to remember something else. These 9 people all took cameras, even took video of
Right.
some of their hike. Most of the pictures are of the group smiling, laughing, having a good time.
We're talking about Dyatlov Pass.
Dyatlov.
Thank you.
Dyatlov Pass.
Dyatlov Pass
In Russia. This is in Russia.
in Russia.
At the time, it was the Soviet Union.
Correct.
So the last picture that was taken by this group was a completely black night sky with a bright orange light in it.
Right. I'm sorry. Did you talk about some of the injuries?
No, I'm getting there.
Okay. I was like, did I miss that? 'Cause I said, oh, okay. Cool. I appreciate you.
No,
So-
please, Hartley. No.
And the indigenous people of the
Hi,
area,
sis.
the indigenous people of the area, indigenous people of the area
Oh,
also said that
Oh,
they
yeah.
saw orange lights in the sky that night. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Everything from aliens to Bigfoot to there's so many theories out there about these people and how they died.
Mhm.
military
Their
experiment.
injuries, their injuries included this is where it gets weird to me. Crushed skulls,
Yes.
crushed ribs.
Yep.
One woman was found with missing her eyes, her tongue, and
Yep.
part of her lips,
Oh.
which in the cold winter months of Russia, there's one animal that is still around that would go straight for eyes and tongue. And that would be the crow or the raven.
Right.
So crows and ravens, when they come upon a dead carcass, they almost instantly go for the eyes and the tongue of the animal. So if her face was exposed
Right.
for a period of time after her death, that would be the thing. But broken legs, broken arms, almost all of the bodies had bruising.
Yep.
But here's the thing, not one of them had a single cut. Not one of the bodies found had a single flesh wound, external flesh wound. All the injuries were internal with no external injuries. something else that I found interesting. If a slab of ice came down and crushed you, uh, wouldn't that ice cut your skin, leave abrasions?
Depending
Yes.
on how thick the ice is, the edges, it would do more than that.
Right.
Like,
And for a slab avalanche to happen, you're talking about a thick layer of ice.
yeah,
Right.
it's yeah. We're talking about a passage in Russia
The
and
Dyatlov Pass.
Dyatlov Pass. See, this is how we do it.
And the conspiracy, we're talking about conspiracy theories. This is just the one that
Yes,
we're currently
and this
on.
is just one of them. You made it just in time for probably because our last one's probably going to take probably a good
It's-
little bit.
We're probably going to get kicked off certain social media platforms for the last one.
Yeah, 90 probably. We'll guess about 98% on this one. Probably
Yeah.
as soon
Yeah.
as we say it.
But
Here's
these hikers, their bodies are mangled, but with
For
no
Cheyenne.
external wounds.
right.
If something like a wild animal had done this, say a bear
Or even a Yeti.
or
There
even
would
a
be-
yeti,
There'd be slashes, and I mean,
I would say there still would be cut
Also-
marks and
none of the 9 were found with any defensive wounds.
right.
And I
But
want to say this happened sometime in the 50s.
Yeah, it's like
50s.
1959, I think is what it was.
I want to say, yeah.
Yeah. But what makes no sense is, like you said, that the tent was torn from the inside out. To
Something
get out, like
scared them.
something scared the shit out of them.
And they ran out without putting their boots on or nothing.
Dude, I'm telling
They
you.
were barefoot.
right.
2 of them were found by a tree in the woods, and it looked like one of them had tried to start a fire unsuccessfully.
Right.
There were sticks and branches piled into a little pile to try to light a fire to get warm. Like maybe he survived the initial onslaught.
And you got to think, when it comes to stuff like an avalanche can move at about 200 miles an hour.
Mhm.
That is fast. And it's most of the time, if you're hit by an avalanche, ice or whatever,
Gone.
along with the snow, you're going to get extremely covered up. You're going to be under feet of snow.
It
So
took
did
them
he even-
8 days from
Right.
the start of the initial inquest to find the first bodies. 4 of the bodies were not found
Yes,
until the
as
following
well.
spring after the snow melted. So those 4 bodies were not found for another. They were so the inquest was from February 20th to
Right.
February 28th.
Yep.
This is where it gets the most interesting to me. After the first 5 bodies are found, Russia closes the investigation completely. The other 4 bodies were found in May by local people who went out to look for the other 4 bodies because the Russian government completely shut down the investigation.
Yep.
Now, there is one other interesting piece of information. A letter was found by the Russian government, by 2 government officials, talking about the Dyatlov incident. Remember, the inquest started February 20th. The search for these hikers started February 20th. The date on this inquest is February 12th.
Huh.
8 days prior.
So maybe it was a military experiment.
Well, let's think about it. What was going on in 1959 in the Soviet Union?
I don't know. I wasn't born.
We were in the Cold War with the Soviet Union.
We were. Yeah.
There was a ton of unsanctioned missile testing happening.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes.
Orange lights in the sky.
You're right. You're right.
I'm just saying, maybe there was an explosion nearby that
And
literally, from when it first exploded, they cut the tent, and as they tried to run away from the explosion, the impact through their bodies was such force that it
Right.
caused internal injuries. It caused bruising
Yep.
without causing cuts and abrasions.
Yeah, that makes
True.
sense.
And there
Man.
would be
Yeah.
no defensive wounds.
Absolutely.
Yep. Yep.
I agree with that theory. All
So
right.
that coupled with the slab avalanche theory, and maybe the explosion caused the avalanche.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's a loud boom.
There's a,
The ground shakes beneath them. They cut the tent to run outside to run away from it. I'm just saying.
the,
They hear the
Right.
ice cracking. They hear the thing start to slide. They
That
know
is a
they have to run in
possibility.
a hurry. Could very well be, Drew. That's a really
Absolutely.
good point.
absolutely. Yeah.
So there are all these theories that go on about the Dyatlov Pass. In the end, 9 of these people lost their lives
Right.
in some sort of horrific manner. Very tragic.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is one of those conspiracy theories that, while they say they have answered now with the slab avalanche theory, I think there is definitely some kind of cover up going on with it.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I agree with you. All righty. Oh, boy. Well,
Oh,
we're not going to get to the island one, so we're just going to have to go to the last one.
Oh, no.
Because, we got like 15 minutes in the show. So, ladies and gentlemen,
And this may cause some controversy with you in the audience. We want you to understand this is not a political statement.
nope.
We are just putting this conspiracy out there
Yep.
as a conspiracy.
Yep.
The opinions reflected on this show do not represent the opinions of all of us personally.
Right. And we ask that if you do have a comment about this in the comment section and somebody has a different opinion about it, please, absolutely, please be respectful
Absolutely.
because this was a hard thing.
It's hard for us to talk about even in sitting here.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you probably over the years one of the worst pandemics we've ever had. And we're going to talk about the COVID-19. I'm waiting. I said it. I'm waiting. I'm watching. So far, so good.
What'd you say?
The viddy.
The Viddy. We're going to call it the Viddy.
The biddy.
The Viddy.
Okay, we're going to talk about the biddy. Okay.
Biddy.
Oh boy, what's coming? Yes, the viddy, the viddy. So we all know there was a lot of tragic life lost to the viddy.
Or was there?
I believe there was.
I believe there
Only
was.
because-
Yeah.
Well,
This
yeah,
is-
but there have been reports too.
This is what we're going to talk about right here. It's a sickness,
Yeah.
okay? And yeah, of course,
It's one that I am currently getting over.
yes. Just to
One that my
clarify,
wife currently has.
they are getting over it. Yes, they have it. So
It just swept through my house.
absolutely, Drew. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for educational purposes only. I
Exactly. That's a
absolutely love
great
that.
way to say it. That is
Absolutely.
a great way to say it.
I couldn't agree even more. So
And
the
we're going to talk
Vidi.
and we're going to talk about the Vidi vaccination.
So with the Vidi, okay, they say the conspiracy theory is yes, it is man made, which we know a lot of diseases are. There's a lot of laboratories out there where they make diseases to try and put to make treatments for. We just know that. It was
Right.
done with anthrax and everything else. So we know it's done. But the thing is with this is that it was intentionally created and released.
I love that, Denise, the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes, the pandemic. Yes.
Yes.
That it was intentionally created and released for population control because of who is most vulnerable to get it and deceased
That's
from
just one theory.
it. Right. I'm just
My
saying.
favorite theory is
Well, we all know that, but there is also conspiracy theory about microchip tracking. Yes, what you were just
Hmm.
talking about, the vaccination. So here's the
and
thing.
and there's also people now coming forward that were vaccinated that somehow became sterile,
Right. But
which goes back to population control. And when has the medical community ever gotten anything where we're like, well, we're going to give it out free?
Right.
when has the medical community ever come up with a vaccine in less than a year?
No.
I
That's
will tell you right now, for FDA approval of any new drug that comes on the market, typically it takes 7 years. This
typically.
was this was told to me by a former pharmaceutical rep.
What's up, Larry?
The vaccine for COVID was backed on the SARS vaccine and was released in 9 months.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Drew. I mean, what better way is it to get to control population? And that's what I honestly think. What better way? Because we all know this planet's starting to get extremely overpopulated.
No, it's only
Hmm.
speculation.
So how do you thin the herd out? Just like any other group, a herd of animals. How does it get thinned out? The old, the old die off. And I'd
The
say
old, the young.
the young and the weak.
For population
So
control.
what better way to say, yes,
No,
we can thin this out. Let's create this, like Drew said, biologically altered flu and do this. I did not get the vaccine, okay? And I mean, I don't even hardly ever get the flu vaccine, let alone a COVID vaccine. And
so
Larry,
here's
please
here's
tell
another point I
Trista
have.
and Monkey I said hi.
Here's another point I have. How can you call it a vaccine? It's a vaccine, but if I get sick, but I can still get it, which most things that are vaccine for, you get a vaccine for, you can still get.
Yes,
Right.
Measles, mumps, rubella, you can still get it, but you won't see a single symptom from it.
right.
This, I get the vaccine, I get COVID still, and I still experience most of the symptoms. It's just not as bad. That's
Right.
not a vaccine, that's a preventative. The flu shot is not called a vaccine, it's called a preventative. That's
Right.
why they
Right.
call it flu shot and not the flu vaccine,
Right.
because it's not a vaccine. By definition of the term vaccine, it's not a vaccine. So
Right.
please, people, stop calling it the damn COVID vaccine. It drives me insane. It is not a vaccine. You still catch the disease. You still get sick. You just don't get it as bad, supposedly.
Bad.
Right. Yeah, and
I
that
just got
happened.
over it in 3 days.
Yeah, and that happened a lot here too, Joanne. And like
But I
we said,
do want to talk about this because this is personal to me. This is
and
very personal to me.
April's had it 3 times.
I have
You
two
know.
now.
Say
So
Tanya has 3 times.
yeah, so we're not really saying anything bad. We're trying to get
No.
to a certain point in this because it had
Right.
at one time or another this thing has affected everybody's lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I was just diagnosed Monday with it.
he was diagnosed with some other things, but the COVID is just
I was diagnosed with both COVID and influenza B, both at the same time.
there was one other thing, but we can't say what it was on the show.
No.
Scott,
But and this is my thing, and it's like getting the flu vaccine. Okay, you can get the flu vaccine, but what are they going to tell you? Well, you could have influenza A or influenza B. There's different
Right.
strands. Then why am I getting a vaccine for something? And I know what your point was to that, Tim. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many different strands, and that is the most hardest thing because there can be so many different strands. And what kills me is, you could be, how'd they say that? You could be a false positive when doing like a COVID test. Well, what the hell is that? What is a false positive? I mean, you're telling me I have
So
it, but I
was
don't have
told,
it?
I was told by my former doctor, who's now retired, that the actual test
What's
is
up,
about
Mr. Chris?
50% accurate.
I would love to
You can come back and say you don't have it, and you do have it, or
right.
you can come back and say you do have it, and you don't have it.
Right.
It's
Ladies
only
and-
accurate 50% of the time.
I want
But
to
I-
come to the Smoky
I do
Mountains,
wanna make
brother.
this point. I do want to make this point, and it's this: the money.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It's all
Because
about
now there is a pill out to help you get over the symptoms of COVID. I cannot remember the name of it. I could go in there and get the paperwork, find it, and tell you the name, but that's too much trouble. So they prescribed this to me the other day. 5 pills. Insurance won't cover it because it's new.
Mom's here.
$1,500 for 5 pills.
Oh no.
Tell me it's not a moneymaker.
That is a big money maker.
Absolutely 100% it's a moneymaker.
$1,500 for 5
That
days.
is.
I'm like, why the hell did you even prescribe that to me? Given the current state of inflation and everything else, how the hell can anybody afford that? Oh, I know who can afford it. Bill Gates.
Stop farting on your dad's pillow. And see, that's
Wow, that's
I'm so sorry to hear that. And
Yeah.
that's
That's
what
terrible.
that's been my point on the vaccine. Like, I'm not saying anything bad about it. My thing was, and this has always been my thing, you cannot sit here and tell me you developed a vaccine for such a horrible virus within like 5-6 months. There's just absolutely no way.
Yeah,
When there's
no way.
so
No.
many other things out there that they're not trying to even cure diabetes, any kind of cancer. They probably do. They just don't care, And you're going to tell me that you have this vaccine for this virus? No, I do not believe that.
No.
I agree with Chris there. It was a scam. It was meant to cause fear, to drive hyperinflation.
I want to go on there. And nope, I don't even believe that. Jason, do you believe that? I don't believe that. Jason.
So here's another little conspiracy theory and a conspiracy theory. One, What happened when COVID came out? Everybody rushed out and bought toilet paper for a disease that does not give you diarrhea.
Yes.
Dude, I was
Yes.
pissed.
I said, fine, I'll buy up all the plus, and you all can be wiping your butt with toilet paper, and I'll have a lotiony smooth butthole.
You guys can do that all you want.
Yes.
I bought cheap ass baby wipes because guess what? I spent 8 years in the army, and you can't go wrong with baby wipes.
Is
Yeah.
that your dude wipe obsession now?
Hey,
Yeah.
them dude wipes. I'll tell you what they do. They do you right. I'm just saying.
You look at the shortages that happened. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
high demand. Everything is in high demand, and
Yep.
there's shortages of it.
Yep.
What does that do? It creates hyperinflation
Oh,
to a
absolutely.
ridiculous point.
I agree.
And when you have hyperinflation to a ridiculous amount, because demand for everything is so high, those prices never reduce. And there were truck drivers releasing videos of them dumping truckloads of baby formula. Go look at a can of baby formula now.
Dude, it was crazy.
It's
$50.
And Cheyenne,
Yeah.
that is an extremely valid point. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't,
very true, Cheyenne.
but you never heard about it if they did.
Yes.
Vitamin C and zinc, folks, it works.
Hey, sis, I hope you are well. Thank you for stopping in. Well, I just want to feel fresh, bro. I mean, that's not cool. I'm just saying. But I mean,
Go back
there's
to the
just,
caveman days and use pine cones.
you know,
Caveman.
because knowing my luck, it'd have poison ivy on it.
Yeah, well.
Just it, which I don't get it. Knock on wood, but I'm just saying. So you know, yeah, I don't know if it. I know it was man-made. I'll tell you that. I know that for a fact, and I do believe it was released
Intentionally.
intentionally. You know, and yes, I do agree with Tim. I think it's all about money, but I also think it was all about population control. I hate to say it, you know.
And as far as the chipping goes, we tried with my son's girlfriend who is vaccinated. We took a spoon and put it on her arm exactly in the spot she says she got the shot, and it stayed there.
And I do want to bring up one thing, and I wanted to post this, but let me find it. I have heard that in certain cases, some DNA has been altered. I don't know if it's true. It's just what I've heard.
Like I said, a bunch of people have come out and said that they were tested prior to getting the injection and they had a high sperm count or good eggs, and they were tested post injection and have come back sterile.
That's what I'm saying. What's the best way?
Hey, Tina.
Population control. We cannot have
Right.
that many
Yeah,
kids
you
anymore.
got it. Yeah.
Hi, Tina.
Hey, cuz, I hope you are well. Dude, this has been amazing. We've had some people in here that we haven't never had. And
Yeah.
it's been absolutely freaking amazing.
And thank you all for all your comments.
Oh, absolutely,
love-
dude. I absolutely love it when you
It's our
guys.
favorite part of the show is when you guys
Absolutely,
interact
dude.
with us.
I love it when you guys get involved. This is what this
Yep.
show is about.
Yes, Joanne, people have always been guinea pigs.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we are.
1% versus 99%.
Yep.
We have always been the guinea pigs to the elitist.
And listen, to us
Since day one.
who are not the one percenters, we need to stop going against each other and rise up. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Think about it. All the division in this country right now,
It's exactly what
it
they
plays
want.
perfectly into their hands.
Absolutely.
Because until we unite, that terrifies them more than anything because they realize they represent 1%.
Yep.
Dude,
And
that means a lot to me, brother. I've known you
strength,
many years, so I
absolutely.
absolutely
There's strength in numbers, people.
there is.
There
So
are
thank you.
330 million people living in this country. I don't know what 1% of that is, but
Absolutely, Mama.
it's not that many.
So, well, it's that hour. We want to thank everybody. And yes, I do have a paranormal jackass of the week. And this is probably going to be a little hard on some people. I don't think it'll be hard on you guys here, but so let me find him. Oh, don't do that. No, don't do that. You son
No,
of a
God,
bitch.
please do
There we
not bring.
go. So
Please don't bring your stash up on the camera.
my jackass of the week goes to Ryan Holderling. And people want, you might ask, why is he your jackass of the week? I'm going to turn my banner off. So, Mr. Ryan is well known on TikTok. He has 1.4 million followers. So he's extremely popular, very vocal though. He goes by the name Nomadically Ryan. And a lady had posted a video. Her husband's in the military, and he is currently over fighting, doing whatever in Iran. And regardless of what people's opinions on that, I don't care. Um, I am a veteran. Tim served. Well, Mr. Dumbass, I mean Ryan, uh, decided to comment on this lady's video saying that he hopes her husband um, dies over there and never gets to come back, and that he will never, ever, ever be remembered as a hero.
Oh,
So, and if you know anything about TikTok, especially when you got 1.4 million followers, um, that's good income. Like you get good money. But guess
What?
what, Mr. Ryan? Not only did your Instagram get banned for your comment, you lost your TikTok account.
uh-huh.
Let me tell you something. Military people follow orders. That's the way it is. We follow orders. We are told what to do. Whether
Absolutely.
you agree with the cause we're fighting for or not, we are there fighting, doing our part because of orders from people above us.
So,
It has
Correct.
nothing to do with our personal beliefs on whether we should be there or not. Taking it out on the soldier is not right.
let
Take it out
alone,
on those who are in charge, not those who are following orders.
and don't take
Right.
it out on their spouses because that's the hardest. So, Mr. Ryan, even though you really shouldn't get this distinction for being a paranormal jackass of the week, but just being a disgusting human being, and karma came back and bit you in the ass by your TikTok account getting banned, I think is well worth it. So thank you. I applaud you for being a douchebag. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for
Yes.
joining in. This will be a topic that we will continue. I promise you that because you know you guys proved that you love this. Next week's topic, you definitely don't want to miss, especially if you are into the paranormal. as we are going to discuss whether the Warrens, yes, the Warrens,
The most famous paranormal
There's an Ed and Lorraine.
couple on the planet.
yes, thank you, Ed and Lorraine Warren, we are going to talk whether or not they were fakes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun 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 dun. So until then, love you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we absolutely appreciate you. Tim, any last words?
Just remember, somebody's always trying to pull the wool over your eyes. There's no such thing as free. There's no such thing as the famous economist, a very famous economist once said, there's no such thing as a free lunch. And anybody who says different is trying to sell you something.
Hmm.
Jason?
Just stay humble and kind and be there for each other. This world is getting crazy.
True that. Next week is we talk about, like I said, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are basically like the founders of investigating the paranormal. They're the ones that had the Annabelle Bell and a lot of those. We're
Annabelle
going to
doll.
discuss whether or not they were fakes. So that is our next week's. So we're still going with the borderline. Oh shit, here we go. So until then, I hope you all have a great week. Enjoy the Indiana weather while it's still here. And until then, just please remember, if you're not laughing, you are not
not
living. So on behalf of myself and my co-hosts, thank you guys so much. Love you guys. And
I didn't get I don't have any communicable diseases, Scott.
it's his story. He's telling it. So peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.